Okay, so let's have a look. Original image, new image, right? With annotations, with decorations. So if you like to draw a crosshair on the guy, sort of like make it look like as if he's being targeted, you can of course shift the circle over and all that. But you notice that we need to do all the computations, right? We need to center the circle around this guy. And of course, it would be nice if you can detect where the guy is. Or you can also run a human recognizer that gets us into all the discussion about the AI and computer vision, right? So identify human. Is there a human? So maybe it can detect this and this, all right? Then you will draw a circle around that. So that will be um, more interesting processing of the image. But right now we're just learning how to annotate and make some markings that we desire, right? We control. So based on this image, we can draw a box, draw a line, draw a circle, draw an ellipse, and that's pretty much, most of the things that we want to draw. Inside the pillow image draw submodule, there are quite a number more of these what we call drawing primitives. You can draw polygons. Polygon just means triangle, hexagon, octagon, right? You just provide the vertices and it will close it up for you. You can also shade it. You can also have widths, right? So a lot of controls, a lot of colors that can be done. You also have a point. You can supply a cloud of points and then just issue point with the set of data. Everything, all the points are drawn. So really, really easy and fast, right? All these drawings are very efficient. And if we should want to put a text onto it, we can always do that. So we need to import the font module to create a font internal representation. I think this part could be improved. It would really be nice if Pillow can sort of say, "Oh, you haven't given me a font. Let me just create one for you," right? So that'd be really nice. But for now, let's say you have to specify the font. Uh, by just using times, I think times dot TrueType font TTF should be present even in Macintosh and most platforms. So try to look for it. Um, and if not, search for your operating system's system font directory and look under those. You should see this file. So load this file in at font size 80. 80 might seem super huge in your MS Word file, right? Because usually we have point 12, point 11. But remember, my image is really 1700 by 1400. So 80 should look just about visible and nice. And then we draw the text at this position with this text using the times.ttf font and have the text shown in yellowish color, right? Because high red, high green, that will be at yellow. And then show. So let's show again. Original, decorated, and we now see this. This is great. Let's zoom in a little bit to see. You notice that this is great. It's really great because while my picture pixels are getting more and more pixelated, this is great text here is really smooth. Even at this high scale of zooming in, it is still looking smooth. Reason is it is a true type font. That's the best part of true type font. It is still maintaining the kind of smoothness, roundness, and whatever, um, even under large magnification scale. This is the reason why it looks so nice. Okay, so this is our demonstration on using drawing facilities in Pillow Library. Next up, we would like to first of all uncomment or comment out the show, and we would like to do sort of the whole 9 yards of producing from our data frame all the way to generating charts, all right, and to produce a combined version of the charts. So as we have discussed in class slides, we begin with having importing our image draw. And of course, before that, I might want to import OS and os.change directory to d colon uh, temp on, right? Just to make sure that all these are working in the same directory as my original source file. So then we create the data frame and okay, we can do it this way, then it's easier on the eyes. Okay, so we have two columns, yeah, and we do a histogram plot of A, and then we save that into our temporary directory. So now I might want to sort of show where is my, we have lots of images there now. Where is my Pyon subdirectory over here, right? So I want to show this because we're going to create temporary file. So the idea is we want to combine the histogram of A and the pie plot of B. We know how to do this, right? We know how to do this. We have discussed this in our pandas data analytics discussion. So we are able to draw these two pictures and save them. Save them. So we should see two more images being produced dynamically generated by these two commands. Then the idea is we use the pyplots save figure to save into temp file and use Pillow's image loader to open those same two files. Our image loader from Pillow knows which two file names to load because we control the file names, right? We control the file names. It can be any name, but we know the name. So definitely we are able to save into that name and load back from that file name. So we have already saved, and what we need to do is just, just use image loader from Pillow to open those two names and load back in. Next is notice that I saved them not in JPEG. So for charts and graphs produced by Pandas, PyPlot, Seaborn, it's best to save them as PNG file. One drawback is PNG file may be slightly larger than JPEG file, but we are talking about maybe kilobytes. It's no big deal. So the nice thing, however, is that for PNG files, the pixels are all exactly preserved. They are not lossily converted. So for instance, white color will not become uh, looking like white but not white pixels. So truly white pixels will be 255, 255, 255. But JPEG might turn them into 254, 255, 255. And that will not be exactly white pixel anymore, right? So PNG preserves all these without any loss at all in the quality of the picture. So for graphs and charts, definitely use PNG. So what we want to do is to create thumbnails. So for thumbnails, remember, they will change IMG1 and IMG2. And what we do is we make a copy first, and then we make thumbnail. Check the actual width and height because they're not always adhering to the boundary 500, 300 being given. So we do again for image 2. So now we have two thumbnails. And we check again the width and height. And of course, in the classroom slide discussions, I put in this put alpha. So this really puts an alpha channel into image 2, but it doesn't change our thumbnails. So it's just for learning purposes. Now, what is going to be impactful is our image 3, right? We're going to create a new image, RGBA, of this size, yeah, and it is first initialized to orangey kind of background. So full red, half green, and a little bit weaker than half blue. Then we calculate the positions, right? We will paste the two graphs on the left and on the right with suitable boundaries. So the boundaries are calculated by these easy formulas. And what we need is to also have a label to print the title. Okay, so what we do is we import text, import the font, make a drawable over image 3. By now, it's already got a picture, but no title. So we make image 3 editable by having a drawable, and then we create a font, just big times, and size 30, which is going to look big enough. Drawable.text, right? At this position, that title, font, and color, all the basic, minimally required information, and then we show. So image 3 will then be shown. So what we have done is that we will create and compose a new image by combining these two. So how to do that? That programmatically. What I want to emphasize is, don't let the temptation of I can do it myself, sort of reduce your interest in understanding what's going on here, because it might seem like a lot of trouble when actually think of it of doing repeating this process 100 times, and you quickly imagine that, wow, this is worth it, isn't it? So that is the kind of scale at that level, the massive handling of pictures level, that I want you to be thinking about. Okay, let's run this. We should see two more PNG files being produced in my directory. Oh, that's really, really fast, right? So generating these two graphs takes almost no time at all. So they were instantly produced and instantly dragged back in by Pillow, and then pasted onto a new image. We could have chosen not to show it. We could have just directly saved image 3 as well. Yeah, so let's modify that a little bit. Maybe because we're going to run this over 100 files, we really don't want 100 windows to pop up. So what should we do? Yeah, okay, we can definitely comment this out and say image3.save. Yeah, into a file name, and by default is back into this, right? Combined.png. Okay, so that's it. And if we put this into a function and loop this through or 1,000 times, it will produce 1,000 combined graphics for maybe 1,000 columns, 1,000 pairs of A and B, so 2,000 columns. So that's entirely possible, and totally no issue at all. Okay, where is my new image? Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, so image3 dot save. Am I saving from the right? I open from the same directory and I save it. Okay. Do I see a new image? It's probably saving somewhere. Right? I'll have to dig it up. Okay, so because of the way I spelled it, it's actually storing one directory above. I should have, so it's right here. So I should have said something like PIC double backslash combined, and that should make it appear, and that's going to make it more magical. So let's run it again, and pop. It should come up. Where's my combined over here, right? So now it's no longer showing on my screen, popping up all the unwanted windows blocking me from my view. I just wanted to quietly generate this in the background here, and that's exactly what we have. Okay, so up to here, I hope you are beginning to have really, fanciful thoughts about, oh, well, I can also do that in my project and all that stuff. Yeah, in fact, I hope you are much inspired by all these live demonstrations. Really, really, they are working, and you should make them work to your advantage and make you a much more data analytical and productive person. Okay, so see you in the next video.